Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Training Tuesday. I am Angela Durant, your brand strategist. I'm excited to be here. I'm just making sure that we are good. You know, guys know I like to always check to make sure that we're good to go. And it looks like we are live. So yes, we are here. Hello. Welcome. Excited to be here for another Training Tuesday with all of you. For those of you who are brand spanking new to our community, I want to welcome you here, give you a warm welcome. So glad that you're here. This is a community where you are free to engage, you're free to network with other brilliant women in the community, and you're free to ask questions around anything regarding building your brand, your business, leadership, or legacy. Those are the things that we talk about here. We also bring in Eric Garcia, who's a part of Team Be Brilliant. He's here on Mondays, and he's focused on marketing your business. So Marketing Mondays, every Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your questions. We had some people join us yesterday, and they wanted us to, he was doing critiques of websites. It was really great. So if you have questions, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on the replay, post your questions in the feed. Let us know where you need support. We are here to help you. So again, for those of you who are new, welcome, warm welcome. I'm Angela Durant. I'm a brand strategist. I'm also the creator of the Legacy Brand Method, and I'm the founder of the Be Brilliant movement, where we help coaches, we help consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs really build their brands from the inside out so that they are seen, they're heard, and they're paid a premium for the services that they provide. So welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Today, we have a juicy topic for you. Today, we're going to be talking about how to enroll high ticket clients, how to enroll high ticket clients. So this training is specifically for you. It's specifically for you. As you're coming into the room, say hello, so that I know that you're here. I can acknowledge you. And if you're listening to us on the replay, do hashtag replay. I always like to know who's here, who's in the house. And if you have questions either before, during, or after our live, please feel free to drop those questions in the chat too. I'll be checking for those as we go through. Make sure that I can see everything. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, so this training is for you. As you're attracting clients, like you know how to get the clients, right? You know how to bring them to you. But once they get to you, you can't close them. You can't enroll them in your program. You're having a problem with the sales process. So this is for you if this is the case. It's also for you if you're not bringing enough revenue into your business, right? Maybe you're selling, but maybe you're not selling at a premium. So you've got all your business expenses and you're not able to make a profit in your business. This is conversation is for you too. It's also for you if you do not like sales. How many of you put a 1 in the chat if you're like, Ange, I just don't like sales. I don't like feeling salesy or pushy. It's just not my thing. Put a 1 in the chat if this is you. I understand. I do understand. If it's for you, if this is you, put a 1 in the chat. You're in the right place. This is also for you if you're really open to learning how to enroll clients at a higher level. And some of the biggest problems that I find is like you want to enroll them in a higher level, but you're not sure how to find them, or you're not sure how to have the conversations with them. This is for you. And the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems that I see, or some of the biggest problems that I see, are that when I'm working with entrepreneurs, is that you're really not clear on who your clients actually are. I'm going to say that again. The reason why you're having a challenge in enrolling high ticket clients, right, is because you're not clear on who your clients actually are, right? And that, my friends, is a branding issue. That is a branding issue. One of the reasons why we help our clients with sales is because, I'm a brand strategist and we build brands. We build them from the inside out. And what we find is that once we build your brand is very attractive, right? You're able to attract clients to you, but there was a missing piece. And that piece was, okay, now they're coming. What do I say? How do I handle it? How do I work with them? How do I get them to say yes, right? And so we've added that to our flagship program, as well as we've started doing VIP sales mastery days with some of our clients. And so we'll talk about that. We'll tell you more about that later. The other problems that I see is that you're targeting the people that you're targeting cannot afford your high ticket offer. So again, they are not the people for that offer, right? And can't afford what you're selling, right? Or they don't value it, right? If they don't see the value in what it is you're selling, there's a problem. There's either a messaging problem because you're not clearly explaining what it is that you offer, or they're just not, it's not a fit for them, okay? Next, the other problem that I see is you are not clear on the problem you actually solve. You are not clear on the problem you actually solve. Like, is that problem a high ticket problem, right? Right? If you're selling mugs with smiley faces on it, is that a high ticket problem, right? No, but if people's marriages are falling apart, if their business is not going to survive, if they don't make enough revenue, if they're struggling with creating products or services for their business, these are all problems that people want to have fixed so that they can continue to grow and develop, have better relationships, have better lives, have better businesses. Those are high ticket problems, right? So think about the problem that you solve. I often hear one of my professors from Wharton said, is it a vitamin that you're offering, or is it a painkiller, right? Is it a vitamin or a painkiller problem, right? So is it a problem that it's like, oh, it's nice to have, a new handbag, that's a nice to have. I've got a couple handbags on my list, right? Those are nice to have. Or is it like, I need revenue in my business today if I'm going to stay afloat, right? Like my husband is giving me the side eye because I'm not generating enough revenue in my business. And he's saying, you need to go back to that job because there's not, you're not making it happen, right? That requires a painkiller, right? You're like, give me help now, okay? So I want you to really be clear on the problem that you solve. And we do all that as well in and when we build your brand, we get really clear on those things. So we always say the foundation of your business is really building your brand. We do that first, and then we help you, enroll your clients and, and service them with excellence. Okay. And as you're coming in, say hello. I'd love to know who's here in the room. I want to acknowledge you. Let me see here. I see you guys showing up. I see you. Let's see here. Let me just refresh so I can see your comments. Say hello. Let's see here. Just want to make sure that I can see you guys. Let's see here. 1 second. Say hello as you're coming in. Let me know that you're here. Let me know you're here and in the room. Hi, thanks for sending me the hearts, DD. I see you. Hi, so nice to have you in the room. And let me know about your businesses. Like, I would love to know, are you a coach? Are you a consultant? Like, what do you do? What is your business? Put it in the chat. I'm curious to know what's your business and what kind of services you're selling. Love to know. Let me know as you come in. Okay. All right. So next, let's get back to it. I want to make sure I cover everything here. I don't leave anything out. All right. So the next thing is that we talked about, making sure that you're targeting the right customers, that they can afford you, that they value what it is that you're selling, what your offer is. knowing that you are clear on the problem that you solve, right? That's very important, because a high ticket problem is usually a painkiller solution. And the next is you don't know how to have the sales conversation. Okay, let me repeat that. You don't know how to have the sales conversation. It is not different kind of conversation. I would say there are some basic principles of a sales call, right? And I'll share a little bit of my background with you too. But this is a very nuanced approach to selling. So it's not your $97 offer is not the same as, a $5,000 offer conversation necessarily, right? So we're going to talk about that in just a second. So over the last 3 years, I've been selling high ticket online for clients and I've taken hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of phone calls. And I will tell you that, we were selling anywhere from a $4,000 to a $25,000 offer. And so what I know is that a high ticket selling conversation is both an art and a science. There's an art and a science to selling high ticket, right? And my background before I started selling online and running an online, business was in hospitality. I ran hotels for a living. I did both the operations side, where I was a general manager of a hotel, and I spent a lot of years in sales as a director of sales. So I already knew how to sell. I already knew how to have the conversations. I knew the fundamentals of of doing sales online. But when I first started, and some of you might be in this position, not because you're not savvy, professional, polished, brilliant women, you are, but maybe sales was not your thing. So when I first started my career in sales, it wasn't my thing. And so let me tell you some of the mistakes that I was making when I first started. When I first started, I would get on the phone with people. Now, this is in corporate America. I would get on the phone with people, or I would go and meet with them in their offices, right? And guys, I was so nervous that I wasn't actually listening to what the clients were saying. I wasn't listening to them. I had my notes, I had my questions, and I was boom, 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 asking my question. As they were talking, we were sitting across from each other. As they were talking, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, what am I going to ask them next? I wasn't even paying attention because I was so nervous that I wasn't really fully present with them. Okay. Big mistake. You always want to be fully present with the client. You really want to be focused on them, not on you, right? Now, my focus was on myself. I didn't want to make a mistake. I didn't want to mess up. I wanted to get it right. I wanted to get it perfect. I wanted to get all the, ask all the questions on my list, but I wasn't really paying attention and I wasn't listening. Okay. At that point in my career, I wanted the sale so badly. Like I really wanted it to them to say yes so badly that a lot of them said no, right? A lot of them said no, right? You are here to serve. You are here to provide a service. Your offer should solve that solution. It should be that painkiller that we talked about earlier, right? You're not here to convince a client, a prospective client, or to chase them. You are not here to chase them. What happens when you chase? Anybody put in the chat. What happens when you chase anything? You chase a pet, you chase a man, you chase money. What happens? It runs away from you. It runs away from you. That's not the way to catch it. That's not the way to pull it in, right? We don't chase. Brilliant ladies always say we don't chase, right? Right? We offer opportunities for people to work with us. We make sure it's a fit, but we don't chase. Right. So you're not here. You're not in the business of trying to convince people. Like if they have a severe pain, their problem is big enough and you have the solution, you're here to say, I can help you. I can help solve that problem for you. But you are not here to chase them down, to twist their arm, to be salesy. That's not what we do. Okay. And that's definitely not a high ticket sales conversation. Okay. So that was what I was before, right? And as a result of that, as a result of my career in learning learning how to deliver a better sales, have a better sales call, to be fully present, to really listen to what the clients were saying to me. And these are clients that brought in millions of dollars, right? Right. So online, I'm not there yet, right? I'm not closing $1 million deals. But in person, as a director of sales, we bring in $4 million from a client, right? From one pharmaceutical account, we're bringing in 4 million, right? And so these are conversations people want to feel like they're heard. They want to feel like you understand and that you have a solution to the problem. Okay. So I learned that over the years. I didn't learn it, and I didn't learn it like in a textbook, right? I learned it because I fell down and I scraped my knee. I got back up. I learned it from, the mentors and trainers that I had in the programs, the books over time, right? Of what to do, what not to do. And then I came online and I was like, I already know sales, but I was like, things are different here, right? The fundamentals are the same, but there's nuance to it. There's some differentiators here when you're online. Okay. So as a result of all of this, I created what we call the stellar sales methodology. It's called the stellar sales methodology. And today we're going to focus on a few keys that will really help you unlock the door to having more clients at a premium, right? So I'm going to share a few keys with you today. I don't want to overwhelm you. There's some things you just really need to take in and think about them, but it's going to help you take some steps forward, okay? All right. So now, well, first, I just want to be clear about a few things. So when I'm talking about high ticket selling or high ticket sales, what is it? What do I mean? Like, what am I talking about? What I want, you to consider when we talk about a high ticket sale is on our campus, and other brand strategists and coaches and consultants may refer to it differently, but on our campus, our clients don't charge anything less than $2,500 for their signature offer, right? It's $2,500 and up. $2,500 is the low end. Many of them are at $4,000 or $5,000 and up. Okay. So when I'm talking about a high ticket or a premium offer in our space, what we're talking about is how I define it is $2,500 and up. Okay. Now you want to write a few of these things down. So if you don't have a pencil, go ahead and grab one so you don't miss anything. Okay. So what is the process for enrolling high ticket clients into your program in a single sales? Talking about pursuing them for months. When I was in the hospitality business, to get a $4 million deal, it took time, right? It took time. So it might've been some nurturing over time. But what I'm talking about is a single conversation close, right? You enroll them, they talk to you on the phone. Many of them do not know you. They may know a little bit of you, but they never talked to you before. And they decide that based on the conversation that you have with them, the problem that they have, the solution that you offer, that you're a good fit, and then you work together. Okay. And that's at a minimum of $2,500 and up. Okay. So the program is called, our methodology is called Stellar, where we take you all the way through step by step. We show you the process of enrolling high ticket clients. Okay. So the first thing I want to share with you is that it's your ability to enroll clients on a single call, right? Without being salesy or pushy or, with people that you're meeting for the first time, right? And what you need to do is this, okay? The first thing you need to be able to do to attract these first of all, you have to be able to track the clients, right? We also teach that, but I'm assuming that you already have a process in place to bring leads to you, right? They're showing up. You already know how to attract the clients, right? So the clients are there, they knocking on your door. They're like, hello, I'm interested in what you have. I want to learn more, right? Okay. So we're taking you from that point forward. And I want you to do, so the first thing I want you to do, and write this down, I want you to think differently about sales. I want you to think differently about sales. I kind of want to put this hat on, that your hat of service, right? You're here to serve them, right? We've already talked about, you're not here to chase them. You're not here to convince them. You need to see first if they're even a fit to work with, right? You need to understand, are they a fit? Like, you might be like, oh, I want to work with them, want to work with them. And you get on the phone, you start talking to them, and it's like, what you offer and what they need is not a fit. It's not that they're not a good person, they're not somebody you would enjoy talking to, but they're not a fit for what it is that you do, right? So we got to find that out, right? So go in thinking about this differently, not like, oh, I need to close a sale, I need to close a sale. That's not it, okay? Then you need to really understand the problem that they're having, and can you fix it, right? Can you fix? Do you have that painkiller for the problem that they have? Do you have the painkiller for the problem that they have? And in order to find that out, you really have to spend time with them, listening to them, asking them the right questions to uncover what the problem is. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. If that makes sense, let me know. It's really important. Okay, good. Okay. Then I want you to also write this down. You should not be talking the whole call. They should be talking, because it's not about you, right? It's about them. They should be talking. Yes, you're going to ask questions. You're very curious. You want to know, understand what the problem is, but they should have the floor, right? They should be speaking. They should be sharing with you what's going on, so that you really have the clarity you need to understand what it is that is truly the problem. Now, a lot of times people say the problem is something superficial, but we know when you get really good as a stellar salesperson, you understand that sometimes things are just superficial, but it's the deeper problem. It's what they might not be saying initially that you're going to get to the bottom of. That's the real pain, right? That's the thing that really keeps them up at night. That's the thing that they really need your help with. But sometimes they don't even feel comfortable saying it, right? But you're going to get to that point where you're going to be listening and asking questions and really be fully there, present with that particular prospect, to understand where they're really hurting. Okay. All right. And then, I mean, it's often said that, I want to say this because some people are like, oh, people don't like, sales. It's often said that people hate to be sold to, but they love to buy. People hate to be sold to, but they love to buy. So if people see that, oh, Dee Dee has exactly what I need. Where have you been all my life? Like, I need that, then they're ready to buy, right? And they're ready to buy. So only when you have permission to share your offer, should you, right? So it's not, again, you're not, pushing yourself. And I think energetically, and I always teach my clients this, it's about your state, right? It's about where you are mentally, your mindset, your state. It's like you're not chasing, you're not pushing, you're not forcing. It's like energetically, you're in a position where you're open, right? You're open. And you should have permission. It's a two-way thing. That's not you dominating the whole conversation. It's a two-way thing. You're there as partners to see if you can fix this problem together, okay? And when your prospects or your clients see that you really understand their problem, and if they believe that you genuinely can help them, they believe it. Like, you may already say, I can totally fix your whole life, right? I can totally help you with everything. But they have to also understand that it's a problem too, that it might be bigger than what they think. I often like to think about somebody comes to the doctor's office, they have like a splinter in their finger, and they're like, oh, like, it's just a splinter. I just get to get some tweezers and get it out. It's in a little deep. I can't get it out, doc. That's what the problem is, just a splinter. And the doctor says, well, let me just make sure. You might be right. It might just be a little splinter that we can get out with some tweezers. But we just want to make sure that, you don't have a severe infection that's set in your finger that can take your whole finger off, right? We don't want you to lose your finger. So let us go through our process to make sure, right? And that's what you want to do. That's what clients really appreciate. And that's what a sophisticated salesperson does. They don't just, say, let me just take that out and you good. Take an aspirin, you good. No, they go through the process to make sure that that client is really well taken care of, that that patient is not going to have an infection later, that they really get to the root of the heart of what that problem is. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. The next thing is, so you've gone through this whole process, right? You've gone through this whole process. And this sounds so obvious, but I know you guys, I know some of you brilliant ladies are like, oh yeah, I need to do that, right? So write this down. This is super, super easy, but so many people don't do it. So I want you to have it. And that is, you have to be ready. You have to be ready to secure the payment. You have to be ready to secure the payment, right? And I always tell my clients to have at least two payment methods that they can accept payment on. And whether that's, Stripe or Square or PayPal or however you're set up your business, but make sure you have at least two ways that you can accept payment. And secure the payment. When they're ready, they're like, yes, I want to work with you. You're perfect. You're a perfect fit for me. My answer is yes, I want to work with you. Be ready to secure the payment, ladies. So you want to be able to do that. And I know it's so obvious, but I know you're probably saying, okay, yeah. Okay. So be ready to secure the payment and onboard your clients, right? You want them to have a great experience with you from start to end, right? So we want to make sure that we're ready to secure the payment and we're ready to onboard them, right? So keep that in mind, write that down, and make sure that your process is tight and you've got that in there. Has this served you? Sometimes I find that people will share with you all different ideas, but they miss the things that really make the difference, right? They miss the things, like you might have a checklist, you're like, oh, check, did that. Why did they still say no, right? Well, how did you show up? Were you chasing them? Were you even listening to them? Did they matter? Or were you just like, okay, this is high ticket, I'm gonna get a $7,000 sale, right? Or were you really, did you lead with empathy? Did you have a heart to serve them? Were you saying, wow, like they're really struggling, they really need my help, and I know that I can help them and I would love to work with them, and and let them know and let them choose for themselves. There's no need to chase, let them choose for themselves. Great. So has this served you, ladies? Let me know if this has served you. Let me know if it has helped you. I want to know, like, what you're going to do first. What is one takeaway that you're going to do first in this selling process to increase your sales and bring in more high ticket clients, right? What are you going to do? What is your process? What are you going to do first to like, what's one thing that you say, okay, I can definitely do that today. I can start doing that today. What is that thing? I want to know. Let me know in the chat. Okay. Now, if you're ready and you'd like to learn more about sales, selling to a higher ticket client, a premium client, then I'd like to invite you to book a call with me, and we can discuss our VIP sales mastery experience. It's a full day with me, a small group of women. It's not for everybody, but it's for you if you're really serious about enrolling clients that you're going to love working with. Let me just tell you, they're amazing. Clients that invest in themselves are amazing. So if this is something that you're like, I'm really ready to do this, I really want to up level it. I've been selling, successfully selling in lower ticket items. I really want to add an additional revenue stream to my business. I'm ready to do that. Then go ahead and book a call with me. I will share my link in the chat here, so you'll have it. Or you can DM me or DM Michelle. Michelle is also part of Team Be Brilliant, and she's there. Thank you so much for Michelle. She's there. So DM her, let her know, and she'll get you onto my calendar, and we'll talk about it and make sure that the VIP sales day is right fit for you. Be happy to work with you. A small group, we're going to really dive into the whole process. We'll break it down. You'll have a script, you'll have practice, you'll be ready. We'll make sure that you are equipped to handle the sales call process. So if you enjoyed this training today, and you'd like to have more trainings like this, more trainings on sales, or if you have other topics, like you want to know more about business, you want to know more about building a brand, we're all about branding here. That's our love, or marketing, we are here to answer your questions. We created this group to support you. We are here to, we want to see you win. Like, we believe that firmly that we are all connected. And when you rise, we all rise. So that's very, very important to us. So comment in the post. Let us know. Let us know if you're watching on the replay. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Let us know if you have oh, I'm working with a client. I've got a question. I really need help. Let us know. We're here to support you. Okay. And so again, thank you for joining today. Remember to book your call. You can either book it directly with me or you can book it with Michelle. We will post a link in the chat here if you'd like to learn more about the VIP Sales Mastery Training. And we will see you. I'm so excited. We'll see you next Tuesday. We'll be back again for Training Tuesdays next Tuesday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Also mark your calendars for Marketing Mondays. We're here on Marketing Mondays, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can always watch the playback too. You can always post your questions. Don't be shy. I know you guys have questions. So post your questions and then we will read through the feed. We'll get your questions and we'll answer your questions. We'll either answer them live with you or we'll answer them live and you can listen to the response in the playback, okay? Until then, I want you to go out there. I want you to be bold because I know you can be. I want you to be brave because if you're an entrepreneur, you already are. And I want you to be brilliant because that's how God made you. Okay. Love you, ladies. Take care. Bye for now.